Okay, so summer's coming up, which means we see an uptick typically in domestic violence protective orders, or as we call them, DVPOs. It's always been that way in family law. I'm not really sure. I guess just summertime, everybody's a little bit more relaxed. It's hot. People get agitated a little bit more, but it is something that we see a lot more in the summertime. So what is a DVPO? So there's certain statutory requirements, but it's typically someone of the opposite sex that you were in a dating relationship with, or you were married, or you live together, or you have a child in common. And it's typically when there's some type of physical violence or an assault that takes place. Could be also just verbal aggression that rises to the level to cause you substantial emotional distress, is what we call it. It's actually in the statute. We file them on behalf of clients all of the time. You know, a lot of people will file them themselves and then they'll hire us after the fact. That's okay, but I think it's better to file it initially with your attorney. You know, we basically help you fill it out and put all of the things that are required to be in there. So once it's filed, you actually go and talk to a judge that day. Attorneys do not go and do that. You have to go by yourself to do that. But we support you along the way. I usually send one of the paralegals or one of the other attorneys just to be at the courthouse with you. You'll talk to the judge, tell him what's going on, and then they'll either grant or deny the temporary restraining order. If they grant it, then the opposing party, whoever that is going to get served by the sheriff, basically telling them that this has been granted. Could also include an eviction from a home as well. So like if you're married and under the same house, you can ask for possession of the marital residence. That's part of it as well. And you can also ask for temporary custody of the children. So those are things that we help you and talk to you about if that's something that you want to apply in your case. So once that initial piece has been done, then there is a return hearing that's typically in 10 days. That's the chance for the other party to come and be heard. So at that, typically during that 10-day period, you know, the opposing party, they're going to get served. If they're going to get an attorney, then that attorney is going to contact our office. A lot of times we do settle those. You know, very rarely do they actually go to trial. If we have to do trial, then we'll discuss that with you. And again, remember, everything that we do is all about options. You know, we're just here to advise you of, you know, these are the different paths you can take. And then ultimately you get to decide what you want to do with your case. Again, we're here to support you and walk you through that process. So if you feel like you're in a domestic violence situation, of course, get some legal help. You know, there's different resources out there depending on where you live in the state. And we are, you know, we serve North and South Carolina. So there's different resources if you need assistance. But if you're in that situation, you know, reach out to one of our offices so you can meet with one of our attorneys.